Alright, I think we have to keep this. This feels a little bit counterintuitive, but yeah, Cavern of Souls, I mean, they love giving it to me every turn, every game. So we're going to go Elf, Llanowar Elves. Not the best choice because our commander is not an elf, but we get to use Cultivate in the next turn, which is good. And get a few green sources in case the Llanowar Elves dies. Because we already have a couple black sources anyway. So yeah, this is pretty decent. Annoyingly, the Yargle only has 3 toughness. It might die from a lightning bolt, but we'll see. I'm going to ramp a bit as well. Yeah, this is the thing. Going first makes such a big difference. So now we already have the Gitrog. That is a lot of ramp. Down to 19. And next turn, we can probably sacrifice the Yargle, I reckon. That's going to be fun. But they don't know we have that. So we do have an element of surprise, I suppose. And even if they do take out this stuff, we can go Yargle with Rishkar in the following next 2 turns. Solve him. Okay. Okay. I'm still willing to do this, though. Okay, let's swing in. So they're damned if they do and damned if they don't. Okay, they're going to do the trade. Nice. We can still do it. Draw 9, play 9 lands. I mean, that's very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We didn't have any 1-drops anyway, so it's fine that they enter tapped. And we have to discard a card. Probably the Glimpse. Nice. I'm pretty satisfied by that. But now they're going to go Roxanne, kill the Llanowar Elves. Okay, but we're going to go Binding, kill the Roxanne, I guess. Oh, we've got so many things we can do, though. I think we just have to start with the Binding here. Slow them down a bit, because they get double mana from artifacts. Take out the rock. And we'll also go for the arena as well. Nice. So some pretty good setup here for the following turn. So now they still need 2 mana to go for Roxanne. Signet. Okay, well, they're going to rebuild, I guess. Mortality Spear. Maybe that would be... Oh, casualties. Maybe we save that for when they play everything again so we can slow them down even more. Oh, I love it. This is pretty... solemn, that's fine. So we do that. We have 4 mana for Mortality Spear. Maybe we just do that, actually. Yeah, slow them down a bit. That means they have to have another land now. Or they can't do the thing. And also Casualties gets to hit another artifact anyway. So we can go land, artifact, creatures, set them back even more. Italy! That's annoying. So they get Solemn. And they get Minsk and Boo. Now, we are very lucky because of the casualties. But if we didn't have the casualties, I think this would probably be game over. Yeah, that's just gross. Although we have Wormcoil Engine. Let's see what they do. We can kill artifact, creature, land, planeswalker. Nice. Yeah, that's why kept playing, because they know they have the Italy. Let's give a Dark Ritual. Let's ensure we can do all sorts of cool things. Alright, start with the casualties. Planeswalker, land, creature, artifact. No enchantments on their side. See you later. See you later. See you later. See you later. That's my Solemn, you son of a bitch. Oh, this feels good to set them back so many times here, especially knowing what they have. And then, you know what, let's go for Rishkar's Expertise as well. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Playing the Kura for free. Nice. Fatal Push. Absolute domination here. Swing in, gain some life. Now, life gain is super important against red X decks because they only win with damage. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Bone Horde, Dracosaur. Okay. And a Magda. Sure. It's not looking good for them. At what point do we think they quit here? Don't really care about the dinosaur. I just want to kill that for 2 mana. Nightmare. Get rid of both of those. There we go. Oh, complete subjugation. Annihilation. Yes. Hello, my name's Josh, and welcome to the channel. Today we're looking at the Gitrog Ravenous ride. This is his third outing, I think, and this might be my favourite version of him. Who would have thought that giant frog horror would be so fun to use, I guess. The essential theme of the deck is you want to get him out, and the fact he has haste is kind of crazy. I guess it's a bucking Bronto. Trample haste is pretty powerful for a 5-mana card. But yeah, whenever he comes out, you need to saddle him. So basically that means tap another creature. It's a bit like crewing, although it can attack even if it's not crewed. And you want to have humongous creatures' powers worth to sacrifice. And the best things to do that with are things that either A, want to die, or B, have got a really good rate. So the best thing you can do in the whole deck is Rotting Regisaur, because it's 3 mana 7/6 with a very minimal upside. So you play this on turn 3, or 4, turn 5, you go for the Gitrog. You attack with the Gitrog, saddling it with this. You'll sack this, draw 7, and you can put 7 lands into play. That's pretty crazy when you say it out loud, and I definitely think his power level is very, very powerful up there. But I still think it's pretty balanced and fair because you can still kill him fairly easily. So the deck is going to have a lot of really epic, gigantic creatures you want to sacrifice, and you can do some really quite ludicrous things here. God Eternal Ravenous lets you double the power of your creatures when it comes in. So that means that he can make things, I don't know, 10, 12, 13 power. And Serpentral doubles the power and toughness of everything at the beginning of each combat as well. So as you can imagine, things can get a bit ludicrous when you're sacking anything that's like 5, 6, 7, putting lands into play. It's just ludicrous, even with just Rotting Regisaur. So join me in today's video as we go into this and see how well we can do. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Going against Atraxa. My goodness, Saturday's player base. Oh, baby. Certainly is tough. But if all things go right, we can get a turn 2 Worn Power Stone, which might be nice. See how that goes. So, I guess we name Frog, right? Very saturated Overgrown Tomb there. Both Spiral, okay. So if all goes well, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll have 6 mana on the next turn, which means Wormcoil Engine could come out to play. If they go for Atraxa here, then we just Extinction Event it. Tamiyo. So Tamiyo can tap
Let us see if your talents are worth cataloging.
2 things and they do not untap. That is pretty disgusting, really. But they can only do that 1 more time. And then she would just die. Which is interesting. Mirari's Wake. Double mana already. Okay. Boseiju. We're probably going to want to use Boseiju here. To slow them down a bit. 3, 4, 5. Okay. I think this has worked out quite nicely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we can go for Gitrog here and just kill the Tamiyo. And that will be... That's decent. And they don't have double mana now. They only have 6. Well, if they have 7. That's still a lot, to be fair. Maybe that wasn't the right move. Not sure. They can go for Sultai Ultimatum. Emergent Ultimatum. Oh. Celestus, okay. And Tamiyo. Tap up to 1 artifact creature, it doesn't untap. So, interestingly, hers is the +1 to make it not. Okay, so we have Wormcoil Engine then. And then we will attack into her, because we don't really want her to ultimate, do we? That's going to be kind of annoying. But annoyingly, the cut down does not work on the Atraxa. The Grasp does. The Extinction Event will depend on what we have remaining as well. Oh, jeez. They're not going to... They're not going to return one of our creatures. Interesting. I guess they were trying to find a land for the Atraxa. Right, okay. And we just... That was an interesting concession there. The Jace should have just bounced the Wormcoil Engine back to our hand. And then the Tamio keep the Gitrog tapped. I feel like that was definitely a silly move. Unless, of course, they were trying to find a land for the Atraxa. But they couldn't have guaranteed we didn't have a kill spell. So that was definitely the riskier move, to be honest. Okay, here we go. Marchisar, Dealer of Death. Nice. I always love seeing exotic gamer tags. It makes me feel a bit intimidated because I know that Asian players are really amazing. I mean, I'm half Asian myself, so no, I don't know. I didn't mean that as a humble brag, but yeah, it's just always a bit more intense. I know I used to go to PPTQs, and whenever you see an Asian guy, everyone's like, "Oh shit!" And it's always going to be a scary matchup. Just Asian players are amazing, just so good, so good. Very dedicated. But yeah, we've got a pretty crazy start here, really. I get loads of mana. We can even go for the binding soon. But we missed a land drop, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, maybe we're just going to be punished for having such a strong start. Turn 2 Stomper. They're going to Lightning Bolt. That's annoying. It does mean that we now once again need another land. But we do have the binding, so if they play non-land permanent, we can take care of it. God damn it. We can't capitalize on our lovely start, which is a shame. Ragavan. Dashed as well. Blimey. And they steal a Glisser and they get a treasure. Okay. I'm a bit scared casting spells. Let's go for the Nessian Ball here. This is a big boy. This is a very big boy. 10-6. Why do they keep looking at Topiary Stomper for? Maybe because they think it's going to attack or something? They're going to use this to kill? Wow, they used the treasure. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's a shame. I kind of just want them to play the commander rather than just dash in the Ragavan, but... Please stop dashing, Ragavan. Please? Please? It's so annoying. Although it does take up half their turn, I guess, doing that. Duelist of the Mind. Do I care about this? God damn it. Stop it. Stop tickling me, man. Stealing a land off the top. Wonderful. You know what? I need to get a black source. So, yeah, I guess we'll create a dude as well. I can't believe we missed so many lands. I mean, they bloody stole one off the top, didn't they? So, at least we can try and block with the dude, unless they've got a kill spell for a human. But, I mean, would they do that? Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Okay, I mean, they must be ramping into something big here. Okay. Okay, black source. Land on top. It's nice. We could just kill the Ragavan though. That is annoying. We just want to set up a little bit here. And get some more blockers out. I mean, maybe it would have been better to actually kill the Goblin Shaman, because that just gets a treasure on attack, but... Yeah, I don't know, really. I guess I was just fed up of the Ragavan getting with the lands on top. And I'd rather just ensure that. But yeah, if they tap out completely, we can definitely do some fun things. Gitrog can draw us 5 cards, perhaps, or even 4, depending on what happens. Scrabbling Claws. Targets players each time. That's very good. Okay. Which means they get to pay 1 to then draw a card, basically. That's a good card. Give a whole team Death Touch. Nice. So I think we're going to start with the Shaper's Sanctuary, because if they start targeting our stuff willy-nilly, well, creatures anyway, that means that we can benefit from this. They're going to use a counterspell. As if they had Wash Away as well. Man, that really sucks. I couldn't have anticipated that. Yeah, that sucks. I'm actually not going to attack. Yeah, it's a little bit miserable when you're facing a deck that just stops everything you're doing, but... Okay, I mean, that's just what Grixis does, isn't it? 1v1. They've got 2 cards in their hand. I really wish we had a way for them to not counter our stuff. And I really wish Shaper Sanctuary triggered on targeting us as well, but... There we go. I do feel as though Saturday brings out the most rotten of people, though. I have to admit, it's it's definitely another kind of type of player. I have to admit, Death Touch. Junction, okay. We're just going to keep blockers up. If they kill this, we can make them discard their hand. So just hold it back again. Basically, with Scrabbling Claws, they can draw an extra card a turn, which is just really irritating. And we are going to struggle to keep up with that. But we might even get to a point where the God of Ravenous could potentially win us the game outright, depending on what happens. Going to get a token copy of that and just going to swing in just to get the treasure, okay? Fine. See if we can block that safely. Maybe not. Who knows? Are they just keeping up counters for Gitrog? Okay. I guess we can saddle it. I mean, they do have a tiny blows to block. So we would lose the Gitrog, but we'll see what happens. Remember, if they target any of our things, we get to draw a card. So they're happy to trade there. Happy might not be the right word, but... Interesting, they're going to just jump. It's annoying that there's always something for them to be looking at or doing. I really don't know what to say about that, but yeah, it's obviously they're taking a bit of time to process, but everything we do is kind of on paper, which is kind of sad, but they're down to 8 though. You know, it's getting close. Are they going to stifle this trigger? That would be annoying as hell. Notion Thief. Okay, then we don't saddle then. That was terrible timing. That was truly terrible timing. They thought they were so clever, didn't they? We could have just denied the saddle, which is exactly what we did. Dude. Wrong timing. They needed to wait until we actually activated the triggered ability. Activation is probably not the right word there, but they should have waited for us to actually have a target. Interesting. So, also, Shaper Sanctuary is a May, so now we don't even have to oblige. Siphon Insight. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now they're just going to steal stuff from our deck as well. Yeah, definitely up there for irritating players and decks. It's not one of these... This is the thing about the format, right? It's not even about having fun anymore, I don't think, for a lot of people. I think a lot of people use this format as a way to just... I don't know, it feels like maybe alleviate their stresses or something, but my goodness, this feels very cutthroat, this deck. And I think they're just dead now. Cool. Nice one. Because they don't have any reach or flyers. But they don't know that yet, unless they have a counter. If this resolves, they just die. Thank God that was... My goodness. It was so finicky. I'm going to quickly interrupt this video to tell you this video is not sponsored. And because of that, the channel does need help from people like you. So if you do want to support the channel in your own way, you can like and subscribe, which is completely free. But if you want to go the extra mile, you can donate to the channel via my Ko-fi link below, or become a channel patron. And if you become a channel patron, you can get a custom video of your choice. Check out the details below. Bloody hell. So apparently we're facing Hellq. Kind of crazy. Didn't expect that. I do believe, though, because I'm playing on Saturday, there is some overflow. As in, there's just not enough players who aren't using really powerful decks to match each other. But that's a bit ironic, isn't it? Because let's say on Saturday, the card pool of people using Hellq is bigger, then one would assume those players would play one another. Isn't that not how the logic would work? But instead, the algorithm says, you know what? We're going to pay down algorithmically to people that playing commanders aren't on the same level. You could also argue that the Gitrog monster is brand new and therefore doesn't have a home in the correct queue or the wrong queue yet. So it's difficult to kind of say. But I do know that this is a very powerful deck. We'll see. It definitely kind of pales in comparison to Atraxa in some ways, but remember, this is 2 mana less. But again, this is more dependent on the way you build your deck. This is a lot more deck restrictive. For instance, I have one of these in paper, so I know how powerful it can be. But that is a 3-player format that I play in anyway, 3 players, not 4. So it's a lot more balanced. But in 1v1, when this lands, they look at the top 10 and they keep that many. It is pretty demoralizing. And it would be nice if Wizards kind of avoided that in design, where they create stuff which makes the opponent feel like there is a chance. Because if you keep making stuff that is overwhelmingly dominating, then that does not make people want to continue playing the game. And if a new player was to face this over and over again, it would feel pretty bad. But there we are. That's just the game. That's just the game. It's also sad. So this turned into a bit of a thesis. It's also sad that for some reason, the people that tend to use these tier 1 Hellq decks, their personality does seem to be a bit more mean, let's say, compared to other players. I think it's because it comes part and parcel with the fact that these decks are intended to win. So the players that would utilize them probably feel the same way. And so you notice there'll be a lot of people who use these type of decks that like to hang about, take their time a lot more, you know, kind of not necessarily troll, but play in a way that may be considered trolling. Or, you know, I don't know. It's just kind of sad, really, that there's no division. It's cool for people to use these things, because I also use very powerful things, but let's just see if this can resolve first. But yeah, if it's just going to be, you know, it's kind of like goldfishing here for them. And if you don't know what goldfishing is, it's the concept that you, as the player, are the owner looking from the outside into a goldfish bowl, and the goldfish is completely helpless, and it doesn't matter what you do, the goldfish has no way of basically doing anything back. So that's what the term goldfishing refers to in Magic the Gathering. And there's a lot of decks you'll notice like that, like Niv Mizzet. And look, they've already used 2 counters in a row, Absorb and Urtai. So does that give me any hope of actually being able to resolve anything? You know, that is concerning. And then I also ask the question, how many counterspells exist in 2 colours? Probably quite a bit, really. There's blue-red ones, blue-white ones, blue-green ones. Oh, look, Wash Away. Another counterspell. So, somehow, they've made a 5-color, should be a tribal theme deck, into something that feels just a horrible existence to play against. And if they pass again, okay, they're actually going to play a spell on their turn. Okay, fair enough. And now we're going to see the plethora of spells they have, which prevent us from playing the game further. And let's see how many of those are kill spells. All of them, in fact. Destroy creatures. That's going to be annoying. We've got Drain on the Lock, which will straight up counter anything that costs 3 or less. I guess we can try this. Unless, of course, one of the 2 hidden cards in the hand is another counter spell. And then now we are, of course, encountering the players who don't like the move we've just done, so we'll take ages to decide. Cool. Sometimes, actually, it's actually better to just not kill Niv. So it's interesting that they chose to keep him. The other annoying thing about this deck is that the cards in the hand don't necessarily progress their game plan. They just slow us down to ridiculous lengths. So, yeah. And everything we do will be stopped. Every single thing we do. Which is a shame. We're on 10 as well. Five and 2. So we can take out both their creatures. But the Clothis is probably just going to kill us because it's going to deal 2 damage each turn. So yeah, the deck is just in a different league. It's just in a completely different league from ours. And there's not much we can do because we automatically die in 5 turns due to the Clothis. And that's not even including the Oath of Kaya, which can also deal 3 to us. So we have a very short clock here. And in addition to that, once you kill a card like Niv Mizzet or Atraxa, they now have a back in their hand. So they'll be able to recast it again and draw potentially up to 10 cards. All while being behind 19 life and having Clothis, which automatically kills us. So yeah. We'll probably see one more turn to see what they do here, but I don't feel like this was a fair match at all. So this game is just definitely a critique on the system. Yeah, so there we go. Oath of Kaya will speed things up, takes us to 5. So we're on a 3-turn clock. And all they have to do, given the nature of their deck is to deal with counters and just removing our threats, we literally can't do anything anymore. Because they can just counter whatever we play, or kill it. So yeah. It's death by 1,000 horrible cuts. And to be honest, I think I don't really need to show much else. Because, as I said, if I cast any of these spells, they will just counter it with the Drain on the Lock. Because we have 5 cards in our graveyard. I mean, they might struggle to counter this. However, they can just kill it with a Mortality Spear. And in their turn, yeah, we're basically dead. So I'm going to call this one a game, guys. Sadly to say. Let's keep this hand. We've got Mardu Outrider, which is the 3-mana 5/5. Can't really complain. And we have a kill spell. And, ooh, okay. Shaper's Sanctuary. I like that as well. It's a really simplistic card. Don't see it played very much, but it can be very similar to Esper Sentinel. This is basically Green's version. Curse of Silence is going to slow down our Gitrog coming down. That will be quite annoying. I mean, it's quite a common taxation effect people seem to be using these days, but yeah, it's also weird that we're facing against the older version of Gitrog. I mean, there's a lot of commanders in the game. To have a sort of mirror match is strange. It wouldn't be strange if it was one-off, but it's just fairly common. Anyway, what are they going to do with their deck? They're going to play creatures and sacrifice them to draw a card. Okay, so it's kind of similar, although we have a much better rate. We get to draw X cards, they just draw 1. Ooh, Broken Bond. I think I'd rather go for the Wayward Sawtooth and then the Dreadball Pathway. Are they going to reprieve this? They're going to reprieve it or Mana Tithe. Which one do you reckon, guys? Vanishing Verse. I don't know why they did that. In response, I guess, yeah, I guess they have a kill spell for Wayward Sawtooth. Not sure. Not sure. So they can play additional lands. Well, luckily we can just kill Thalia here, slow them down a bit, which is just delightful. Now, the timing that we've done this is probably not great because we're going to shuffle now. So that was, yeah, always surveil after your tutor effects, guys. Yeah, that was stupid. Oh, well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Scoot Swarm. Oh, geez. Okay, well, this might not go well for us. Scoot Swarm is just one of those annoying things where it's really difficult to deal with, and unless you just get rid of it instantly, which we currently do not have a kill spell for. So it's definitely a cop-out card. I feel as though it's a card people put in when they're just yeah, it's powerful, but it's just not very original. Sadly, it's far too commonly used. Discard this as an additional cost. Okay. Well, we have the Castle Garenbrig. Let's see what we can do here. What kind of damage can we do here? Let's saddle up. Now, the fact it has Trample is really good. Really nice. Even if they block, we're going to get the trigger. Because it only cares if you deal 1 damage. It doesn't care how much damage you deal. And they're wondering what to do. Okay. So yeah, the Trample proving to be just marvellous here. Drawing 5 is really very, very crazy. Especially with all these lands now. And it was lucky we actually did that there, because the Thalia makes our creatures and our non-basics come in tapped. So, I'm going to go for the throw. Okay, well, that's a shame. We still have mana to cast it, though. They're going to get a basic. So yeah, their Scoot Swarms are going to be horrendous. Really quite horrendous to deal with. They're going to play that. They're going to have 7 lands, which creates more and more and more, and a Glissa. Okay, so now we just need a board wipe. So annoying. So goddamn annoying. I think we just kill the Glissa now, because the Scoot Swarms have to become exponential at this point. We got 1, 2, 3. I guess we'll go for the Solemn. You're going to need something outrageously good. The fact they just kept hitting not board wipe, sorry, the right spells. It's pretty annoying. They really just delayed us here. The Rishkar's expertise would have been lovely to draw 5, play 5 things. Yeah, the synergy would have been so good. They've got their own monsters. Llanowar Elves. Okay. Having their own Gitrog monster is annoying. I think we're just going to have to set up the following turn. That's actually pretty good. We have a lot of mana here. Casualties. Destroy artifact, creature. I guess let's just see if we've got enough mana here to do it. Yeah, we should do. So we need to make up 5 mana to use that. Yeah, okay. We don't want to target Solemn. We'll target the Gitrog. There's nothing else to target. It's a shame. And 5 mana. So 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we can kill the Gitrog there. And we could even saddle an attack. Let's see what they do. I mean, it's highly unlikely. It's really unlikely that they'll block with everything yet. I thought as much. We are running out of time, though. We need some kind of way to subdue these scoots. 2 lands into play. Okay, so next turn's going to be really quite nice as well with the Demogoth Woe Eater. And the Clackbridge Troll. And it's got Trample as well. Let's see how we get on here. Okay, loads of Scoot Swarms coming in. That is quite a lot of stuff. We need to deal with something. Creature, land. Well, that's got First Strike, Death Touch. So we need to get rid of that blocker. Otherwise it's going to be very annoying. And again, they've only left up 4 blockers. So yeah, I think we're going to go for Demogoth and the Clackbridge. Let's just make them really think about this. So they're going to get goats. And we're going to do this. Now, do they want to tap the Clackbridge Troll? And we draw a card. Okay. Now, remember, we have Trample. They're going to double block. No? Okay. They're just going to take it? Do they want to trump with every single Scoot Swarm there? They're getting desperate, aren't they? No. Okay. Wow, we're getting a lot of cool things here. 7 lands. 1, 2, 3. Well, next turn's going to be awesome. Because we have the Zopendrel. Discard 1. 2. And... I don't know now. Maybe the Stomper? We'll see. We are in a bit of danger. Depending on what they do next turn. If they get like if they escape shift or something here, we're in a lot of trouble. They've got 4, 5, 6, 7. So they do actually have... They have a hell of a lot of Scoot Swarms now. So we probably only have 1 more turn to do anything. Let's see. The Zopendrel is going to make stuff really big, but again, they've got 24 Scoot Swarms, which is just crazy. Wow, they're holding back. Okay. Well, we definitely want to go for the Zopendrel here. Even though it comes in tapped, it still gives us the ability to double the power and toughness of our things. We are in a hell of a lot of trouble here. We're going to lose 2 life for this, but I think we just have to. Okay. I don't think we can win this, can we? They're definitely going to tap this. That's 100% they're going to do that. Which means we gain 3 life. So we might as well just saddle it here. Now the important question is, let's just see what they do. So beginning of combat. They're probably just going to trump with everything. But the thing is, if they do, that means that they lose a lot of attack force coming back. Let's just see. And they don't know we have Heroic Intervention and also extra kill spells. So let's just say they do 1 too few on this. Even if we just kill enough to make the Gitrog survive, let's say we kill 1 of the 10 blockers. So what they need to do is overblock, really. But again, here's the thing. Only 6. Is that wise? Is that just 6? Am I going mad? Times 6. Only 6. Okay. Down to 1. Oh, damn it. I trampled, didn't it? Oh, no. I should have killed one in combat. Okay, that was annoying. 16 lands onto the battlefield. My God. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we missed lethal. We missed lethal because we had trample. Yay. People are going to hate me. Can we deal 1 damage here? I think we just win with Invoke, right? I think we just win with Invoke. Okay, that was lucky, guys. Don't do what I did and miss lethal because of the trample there. Oh my God, that was close. Oh, that was so close. Oh, we also had Silent Blood. That would have done it as well. Oh my goodness. 2 mistakes that game. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyone who's going to complain. Everyone makes mistakes. Okay, so this deck was really fun. I think Gitrog is an amazing value engine. It just suffers from, as usual, the opponents. Sometimes you'll just never be able to do anything with him, depending on how powerful your opponent is. The timing of the removal can be really important as well, because the downside of this card is, as soon as you tap a creature to saddle it, that creature's no longer eligible to attack. So it is a bit of a double-edged sword, having creatures with high power, in hopes that you'll be able to attack with them, but at the same time you're holding them back to not. So I think it is strangely, superbly balanced. It has haste. Of course it does, but to get the effect off to do something good, you are haltering your damage progression. So I think the design team did a wonderful job here, and I think it just absolutely commendable on the design. Saddle is a really nice kind of version of Crew, whereas Crew, you need to tap a creature to turn the creature online. Saddle, you don't, and it always has a purpose, but yeah, it's nice. It just kind of makes it funny that any mounts in the past now don't have saddle, which kind of makes it weird, especially cards with horsemanship that now don't have saddle or mount. It's very unusual, but there we go. Obviously, when you're building this deck, make sure to keep track of how many big creatures you have, because if you're just having loads of small creatures to sacrifice to this, it's just not going to be worth it. So yeah, try and keep, I think power, you're looking at maybe power 4 or 5 to put into the deck in order to gain as much bang for your buck. There's a few random things dotted here and there, but yeah, obviously the big stuff, Nessian Boars, Serpentdrals, this is just absolutely ludicrous in this deck. The deck list will be in the description below. Make sure to check it out. See how you like it. If you want to support the channel as usual, like and subscribe, absolutely free. Keeps the channel going. Keeps the channel circulating the webs. And if you want to go the extra mile, you can donate via Ko-fi or become a channel patron, and you get your own custom video of your choice. Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.